Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds, and it's in a junior middleweight division. The judges, Harold Letterman, Tony Castellano, and John Stewart. Counting for the knockdown seconds, alternate referee Larry Hazard. The timekeeper at the bell is Justin Bucanico. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of this scheduled 6-round junior middleweight bout, referee Frank Cappuccino. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the red corner, wearing the gold trunks with the black trim. He tipped in at an even 150 pounds. This gentleman hails from Brooklyn, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Johnny Hollywood Martire. Martire. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the all blue trunks. He weighed in at 149 1/2 pounds. This young man hails from Wayne, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Kevin Vieldhouse. Vieldhouse.
Good evening, gentlemen. I want it understood, I want a good, clean, hard fight. Any low blows, any thumbing, heeling, butting, holding, and hitting will cost you the round. When I say break, step back, stop punching, protect yourselves at all times, step back clean. In the event of a knockdown, the man standing, go to the furthest neutral corner, stay there until I call you back. Both of you understand that? Okay, both of you touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Yes, indeed. Explicit instructions from Mr. Frank Cappuccino. Kevin Vieldhouse on the right of your screen, John Martire on the left. Vieldhouse appeared on our last Super Fights, won a split decision over Tony Corrado. Martire also beat Corrado along the way. As we begin round 1, scheduled for 6. Vieldhouse told us he was not happy with the way he fought Corrado despite the victory. Felt he was a bit too relaxed. And that could spell some trouble for Martire, who is an unpredictable, wild brawler who once went to acting school, he tells us. In fact, his nickname, as you heard Ed Darien point out, is Hollywood. So this might be an interesting fight, fellas.
Well, just to take off on what you said, Steve, there are many fighters who became pretty good actors, and I could just mention a few of them. We had Victor McLaughlin, some of the old-timers will remember that. Bob Hope was even a fighter at one time. Tony Danzer is a present-day actor who was formerly a fighter. Jack Palance, Max Baer, Maxie Rosenblum. So it's interesting that fighters make good actors.
You did your homework. Rocky Lockridge might be next.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Rocky is an actor.
Well, Hollywood John Martire from Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, is in the gold with the black trim. Kevin Vieldhouse in the light blue. Kevin, not possessive of a big punch, but he's got lots of heart, gets hit often. And John Martire is quite unpredictable, as we pointed out. He says anything goes, and he is a strong, wild brawler. He's got those tattoos all over the upper arms.
I'm wondering why Kevin, we point this out frequently because it's very, very important. I wonder why Kevin has his mouth open. He's breathing through his mouth. It could indicate that he might have a nose problem or maybe even have a bad cold. He's not biting down on his mouthpiece like Martire is.
I would think that that comes with experience, Arthur. Primarily for the simple fact that a fighter isn't experienced enough to whether or not he wants to breathe through his nose or breathe through his mouth. And I think that comes in little time.
In other words, you say that maybe he needs a little more experience and that will come
exactly.
With... Yeah.
Exactly. As he matures, he finds out where he's more comfortable, whether or not it's breathing through his mouth or breathing through his nose. Just like me, I can do either or.
Oh, you can?
Taking into consideration how rough the fight is going.
Vieldhouse has been connecting with a very effective left jab. Here it is again. Combinations by Vieldhouse.
Vieldhouse seems to be more so a boxer puncher, and the other guy, Martire, seems to be a slugger. He more or less is depending on that one good punch.
There's only one criticism I have of Kevin's stance is that he's straight on. He doesn't seem to have his right shoulder back enough. He's squared away and he's a target, but he's tough.
That'll do it.
Back. Billy, Kevin.
Kevin Vieldhouse takes his seat. Earlier, Dick Landis had the chance to get the feelings of Kevin on the subject of tonight's fight.
Kevin, last appearance just recently on Super Fights, and you won. It was close, but I thought you could have done much better in that fight. You maybe lost it near the end a little bit.
Yeah, I got a little lazy, something that I won't be doing tonight, but I did get a little lazy at the end. I felt I had to fight one and wasn't really looking for the knockout. I was just looking for the win at that time.
Kevin, you seem like you take too many punches in there.
We've been working on that at the gym, my defense. I do take punches, but the last fight compared to the fight before, I improved a lot with my upper body movement. Been working on slipping punches a lot better.
Arthur, we take a look at some first round action.
You can see how aggressive Vieldhouse is. He wants this fight over quickly, as you could see there.
All right, round 2 scheduled for 6 welterweights. Kevin Vieldhouse in the light blue. John Martire in the gold with the black trim. Vieldhouse 4-0 with a knockout. Martire is 3 up and 3 down with 1 KO. Martire's last fight August 13th. He scored a TKO in the 3rd round. And the last fight for Vieldhouse, September the 26th, right here on Super Fights of the Month, a split decision over Tony Corrado in Atlantic City. Vieldhouse with a good first round. Was landing quite frequently to the head of Martire. Like that.
Martire doesn't seem to slip the punches. He doesn't go side to side too much. He comes right straight at you, and that's a target for Vieldhouse.
And that's more or less what you consider a brawler, so to speak. A guy that just comes in, cares very little to whether or not he's getting hit, but he's definitely trying to get that one punch in.
Vieldhouse was a district wrestling champion in high school. Wayne Valley High, good all-around athlete. Now he's a successful midget program wrestling coach. He's had 4 or 5 wrestlers go all the way to the state championship, so he handles kids well.
Steve, I asked him today at the weigh-in which sport he preferred the most, either the wrestling or boxing, and he said he just loves to fight, loves to box.
And he has displayed it on many occasions here on Super Fight. Likes to work the inside, as you can see. Good left by Vieldhouse.
I think Vieldhouse is fighting a very excellent paced fight. He's consistent. He's very busy. The other guy is Martire is more or less loading up. He's even more so loading up than he did the first round. He's depending on, like I said before, that one big punch, which his time is limited. It's only a 6-round fight, so therefore that's the real reason I'm saying that Vieldhouse is fighting a very excellent paced fight.
Now, when you look at Hollywood John, you can see that he's been catching a lot because his face now is all red. And there it is again.
I'll tell you what. He had a part in a movie called Punishment, and that's what he's taking right now from Tony Vieldhouse. He's taking a pretty good beating. You could see how red-faced he is, as you pointed out.
Maybe he's rehearsing for Punishment 2. Is that it?
Well, Kevin Vieldhouse is trying to dish it out.
Got yourself. Come on.
Final seconds, round 2.
Okay, good.
We've got ourselves a pretty good slugfest here as round 2 comes to a conclusion.
Give me that
John
thing,
Martire,
Joe. Give me the whole
Baffy,
thing.
Joe Baffy, Nick Ferraro in the corner.
You're waiting too long, John. You're waiting too long. How long can you wait to throw this guy? Huh? What do we teach? Only one punch to throw? One punch.
Let's just try a little bend. See how you only punch out of that. Try that over. All right?
Quick overhand right when you see it.
Don't let this guy stole 2 rounds on him.
He's getting tight. I'll get him.
All right, he's got to go now.
Get that low bend. Understand?
3rd round.
And over to the Vieldhouse.
Bang him in the belly good when you get in close. Bang him in the belly good.
Okay? Come on, let's go. 3rd round.
Stay in the corner, man. Stay in the corner.
The official timekeeper, Justin Bucanico, slams the bell for round 3, scheduled for 6 to welterweights. We showed you both corners. Vieldhouse is managed by veteran Art Cavalier, also trained by Cavalier, and he's got Ace Murata, the cut man, plus Will Taylor in the corner.
Well, at least his corner, that is John Hollywood Martire's corner, we're very honest with him. They says you lost the first 2 rounds because many times trainers or seconds will not tell you that. They'll say you won, or they say it's pretty even up.
Exactly. And that's a major factor in your corner, Arthur. I think it's vaguely important for your corner to tell you the honest opinion, give you their honest opinion to what's going on and how he feels you're doing against a particular opponent.
And Martire came back by saying he thought that his opponent, Vieldhouse, was tiring. Well, we'll see.
And the thing is, what I like what you said, Rocky, is you can't con a fighter. He's in there fighting, and he knows who's taking the beating. He knows if he's giving the punishment or he's taking it. That's true.
Exactly, Arthur. Ain't no conning your fighter. Ain't no conning because your fighter's not going for it.
Those are the words of the WBA Junior Lightweight champ, Rocky Lockridge, with Arthur Mercati, Steve Albert ringside here at Harrah's in Atlantic City. This is round number 3 between Kevin Vieldhouse and the light blue, John Martire in the corner. Look at the blood streaking out of the left nostril now of Vieldhouse. Oh, heavy right by Martire. And he is being cautioned by Frank Cappuccino.
Now there's Frank Cappuccino, the referee, of course, reprimanding and admonishing Martire. Martire is, as I have noticed now, he's kind of I hate to say this, but he's kind of a sore loser. He's been taking a little punishment, and he's coming back constantly saying, I'll get him. And he's doing it at his own expense of probably being penalized.
Well, we've seen Vieldhouse on a number of occasions here on Super Fights, and he can take quite a bit. He's had a lot of blood, and he just keeps coming at you.
We've noticed that he does bleed profusely from the nose, but that doesn't mean a thing because you have tiny capillaries in the nose, and he has a weakness there and bleeds, but it doesn't mean anything.
There was a solid right, though, by Martire to the head of Vieldhouse.
I think, like you stated earlier, Steve, that you heard the corner in Martire's corner stating that Vieldhouse was getting a little tired. It seems at this particular stage that the tide has changed somewhat.
A lot of confidence here so far in the 3rd round by John Martire. The tide has turned just a little bit.
There's no question that he's a very tough young man. And he wants to get back into this fight. It's the only way to do it, to be the aggressor.
Well, this one has been fighting right throughout. And round 3 now is history. Dick Landis on the sidelines with some further comments. So here's Dick.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks very much. Martire told us earlier that he's a different kind of fighter. That usually means that he's not sure what he's going to do. He is feeling his way along. He is a tough kid. We'll give him credit for that. Vieldhouse, on the other hand, has average skills, and he has to work very hard to utilize those skills. Right now, he's a little too tentative. I think he could take charge and really end this fight. Let's see what happens. Gentlemen?
All right, thank you, Dick. At the end of round number 3, there was a punch thrown by Martire right after the bell.
Yeah, well, these things happen, but that doesn't mean a thing.